It was probably one of the most intense horror movies I've watched.
There are elements in that film that have been stolen by every A-list director working now.
It was the most difficult, miserable thing I've ever worked on. That said, it was also probably the greatest experience of my life.
Number 6.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre, for my money, is the best American horror film ever made.
The original, of course, you know, set the standard for pure madness.
The insanity of the filming shows in the film. It got to the point where we weren't in control anymore of what we were putting up on the screen.
You like this, Dave?
I really look at that movie and you've got to believe it's a happy accident. It's such a raw film.
It's just an amazing job of creating atmosphere. It's almost an uncomfortable movie to watch.
Oh man, first time we see Leatherface, the door opens, just whack!
The body's twitching and Leatherface is squealing like a pig, and then Leatherface just grabs the metal door and slams it shut.
We just opened the wrong door. Poor guy. I've opened the wrong door. Who hasn't?
I feel bad for Leatherface. He doesn't really know what's going on. He's not all there, and his family is really crazy and very sort of gross and incestual, and he's like the product of that.
He doesn't know what he's doing is evil.
You're wearing someone else's face on your face. Something's not right with that guy.
It's very disturbing to think that this enormous hulking killer is choosing his identity based on what human flesh he puts over his face.
Leatherface wears 3 different masks. He wears what we just on set called the killing mask most of the movie. That face was the executive producer's face. That was Jay Parsley, the executive producer. And the old lady mask is torn, and the mask has got long gray hair up in a bun. And Leatherface is entirely different. He moves differently. He's wearing a big apron and a big spoon.
Big and crazy and scary as he is, he was going for something kind of feminine.
He dresses up as the pretty woman because they have a guest for dinner and he wants to look nice for dinner.
Hey, which one out for dinner tonight? I'm gonna be the lady.
Yeah. Everybody deserves to look pretty, even Leatherface.
You gotta give Leatherface a lot of credit just for his athletic skills. For being able to wear the mask, carry the chainsaw, and still chase and kill naked people. That's not easy.
Right before the credits, as the truck pulls away, he's like, yeah!
The sun's coming up, it's beautiful.
It's, in a way, the single most memorable scene in the movie for most fans.
When he does that little dance in the road, it's just such a great thing. Gunnar's so on it there, you know, it was just brilliant.
It's just terrifying because it's like we're watching and you're like, what is this dude doing?
I don't know if he's doing a Martha Graham dance or if he's sad that he missed her or if he's just sort of self-content.
It's almost like, I don't know what else to do. I'm just gonna run, circle around my chainsaw.
I was moving around and I turned really quickly at one point and I saw Toby duck. I thought, oh, wait a minute, Toby's afraid of me. Toby knew I couldn't see him. I could barely see out of the mask. It was his job to stay out of my way. I knew that this was my one chance to really scare the bejesus out of Toby. So that's how the dance happened.
That guy can move. He's very graceful. He's a big guy, and he's all moving with the chainsaw and lyrical, and that's one of my favorites.
It was just an ad-lib thing that worked out pretty well.
It feels like this is a film made by insane people, and as it starts to kind of disintegrate, we're left as the audience sort of wondering, how are we supposed to take this?
Philadelphia Inquirer ran a front-page story about how revolted people were in the theater. They were throwing up in the theater, leaving and demanding their money back.
I mean, it was banned by everybody. Nobody wants to, you know, the worst, most terrible movie ever made.
And then Rex Reed reviewed it here in New York and said, it's the scariest movie you'll ever see. I don't think any of us expected it to, 40 years later, to people be even talking about it or remember what the movie was, That still astounds me.
What's scary about that movie is that the therapist is crazier than any of the patients.